Hi there guys, hopefully you're all doing well. I am back from a week's relaxation in the good old Lanzarote, so I'm all recharged and ready to go, motivated to film some more videos. So this is my first day back in, not much work booked in for today, deliberately done that. So I can finally do a little bit more work on the Punto, so let me show you what I've been doing. If you remember in the last video, I told you I had bought one of these, and as you can see, I've already done one seat, and that's all the crap I've got out of it. That's how dirty it was. And that's what it has done to it. As you can see, it's loads better. And don't forget, I've also refurbished the frames at the bottom. I do want to take off the pull handles afterwards and refurbish those as well at some point, but for now, that's how they are staying. So let's get working on this seat. I've still got plenty of solution left in that side. So let's get cracking and see all the crap it brings out of it. Now, I've not been paid to advertise this. I've actually bought this out of my own money, and I am making no profit off this whatsoever, but I thought I'd give you a quick review of it because it's something that we all need to clean our cloth seats in our cars, and especially when we're doing quite a few bits of restoration work. It does come in handy. Plus, I can take this home and use it at home on the stains that will appear on the carpets at home. With it, you get sort of 3 different attachments. You got the main one, which I've been using, which was like the skinny one, which just comes off quite easily if you lift the switch and then pull. And then you've got a bigger one to use on the wider bits, and then a really slim one to use in the corners and on the edges of the stitching. But mainly, this is the one I've been using, and it seems to do a pretty good job. So let's turn it on with a little button there and get cracking and get this seat clean. There we go, second seat is now all done. Quite impressed with it, to be honest. It has pulled a lot of dirt out of it. I mean, that's what we're left with now. And I'm glad that's come out of there. So we're going to give these seats a few days to dry now before we fit them. As it's quite warm, it shouldn't take too long at all. So seats are in. I've been beavering away off camera in the engine bay, and I think we're ready now to see if we can get some power to the inside of the car and check a few things work. So let's show you what I've done so far. I've installed a lot of the engine loom, what can be plugged in anyway. Everything else hanging down here is all for the engine. I've plugged and installed the ABS pump. I've only done a couple of the brake pipes at the moment. I've still got some more to do because I've run out of brake pipe. Installed the coolant tank and the washer tank. I would have loved being able to find a brand new one of these, but that is proving to be nigh on impossible. I've installed the battery tray, the alarm unit, airbox brackets, the airbox, and a few bits of relays and fixtures. So let's just make sure I put the battery connection on. Yes, I have. So let's go and see inside the car. I did charge the battery up last night, so we should be fully charged, ready to go. So here's the big moment. It's first switch on in a few years. Let's see. Ooh, we have life, we have life. So right off the bat, it's going quite well. The airbag light went off and the ABS light went off. So that means everything on the ABS system so far, other than when it's driving, is working. So bonus. Right, let's try a driver's side window now. Woohoo! Needs a bit of greasing, but it goes up and it goes down. And now the passenger side. Let's try the sunroof. No, nothing on the sunroof. So that's one to look at and sort out. What else have we got? We've got the heater. Okay, that appears to be all working. Does the radio work? Let's have a look. Yay! One working radio. Let's try the wipers. Wipers work on all the speeds. I think that's about it now. Let's start it now. We're just missing one major item called an engine. Push the Punto onto the ramp now so I could continue doing the brake pipes. And as you can see, I've sort of mocked them all up. They all just need reshaping, but unfortunately copper brake pipe isn't the best when it comes to reshaping, or at least I'm not that good at it. So you probably won't look much better than this, but at least they're all brand new. I'm just going to tidy them up a little bit, put them in better in a line, but at least they fit into the mount down here, so that's the main thing. Anything else I've done in the engine bay? No, not really. So now let's give the fuel tank a go now. Let's see if we can get that fitted. Right, if you remember many years ago when I took the fuel tank off, it was quite rusty. So what I decided to do was get my hands on a newer plastic fuel tank, which I have got. So now I need to figure out how to fit this. All the fittings and connections are the same. I've just been told that the mounting points are different and maybe an old mounting point needs cutting off. So I may have to cut off one of those, but we're just going to test fit it now and see how well it fits. So let's cut the ends of those off and then we can get it up into position, and then I just need to make some tank straps to make it fit. Both of those have been cut off now. I've also covered the edges in some primer, as you can probably see up that one there, and I'll put some paint on those once it's dried, but at the minute we're just sort of test fitting it into position and making sure everything will fit and everything will plug in. So let's get this tank up into position now. Fitment seems fine. It is rubbing a little bit on this one, so I need to cut this one down a little bit more. That one's fine. So what I've got is some aluminium bar, which I just got from B&Q. It's probably about 2 mil thick. It doesn't need to be any more than that. I've bent the end over, I've drilled a hole through it, so now we can attach it to the area that needs the bolt. We can put that in there, and then we can measure how much we need before we can attach it to the next one. And then when the tank's up, just fold it round into position. And then measure where it reaches the top. And then we can cut it, bend it, drill a hole in it, just like the other side, and then we've got one secured tank. There we go, we're all done on this side anyway. Nice and neat, reasonably tight fitting. What I'm going to be doing as well is getting a like a length of rubber to put across the edge there so it doesn't wear into it. And that's all I'll be doing really. But yeah, there's no need to make one for the other side, so I'll do that off camera. And there we go, fuel tank is now all fitted, but it will need to come out again because I've still got to do some brake pipes. I've also got to get a fuel filter to go in here as well. So there we go, massive progress on the Punto today. It won't be long until I want to start working on that engine, which actually comes to mind. And that's what I'm going to be working on next episode. I'm going to be stripping the engine down so I can start to clean up the parts and get the engine sent off to be rebuilt. So there we go, masses of progress on the Punto today. We've got loads of brake pipes fitted, we've got all the seats cleaned, installed, and loads of parts fitted inside the engine bay, and even got the engine down ready to start rebuilding that. So this episode has probably been 3 days of work, solid work. So this restoring lark does certainly take some time. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and I shall see you in the next one.